Back in 2015, I did a video about a young lady. Some people may know her. Her name was Shanisha Taylor. She was a single mom. She was looking for a job. She had 2 kids. She said she couldn't afford a babysitter. But she had to get a job. She left the babies in the car when she went on the job interview. She came out from the interview, and the cops were at her car. The cops locked her up for leaving her kids in the car. And there was a mugshot of Shanisha Taylor crying, saying, "I'm homeless. We live in my car. I left him at home. This is where I live. I'm trying to get us out this situation by getting a job. I wasn't in there long. I had to go in there to get a job. We are homeless." I said, well, damn it, there's much worse things people could do to their kids than try to get them a home and try to make money and park in front of a business and go inside to try to secure a job. And maybe this person needs more help than going to jail and breaking up his family and putting the kids in the system and the mother in jail. Maybe that's not a good idea. So what did I do? I made a video about that. I talked to my audience about it. And I directed people to send her money. I got my audience to send her money. We put out the video to get other people to support her GoFundMe because we felt this young black woman with these 2 children was a victim of the circumstances she was in, and she was doing her best to try to get out. And we didn't think it was right for her to go to jail and lose her kids because of that. There are abusive parents. And though this wasn't the optimal decision to make, maybe she couldn't find a babysitter. Maybe she needed to get this job, and maybe she made that decision. But to us, it wasn't made out of being heinous to those children. So, a month later, we start hearing stories about Shanisha Taylor about the GoFundMe money that she raised. I forget how much it was. It was over $100,000, something like that. I don't know how much. She raised some money. And then we heard that the charges were going to be dropped. But all she had to do, all the court wanted to do, is take 30,000 of the $100,000. I could be wrong about the amounts, but to take like 30% of the money and put it in the trust for the kids. She'd keep the rest, but put some of it in the trust for the kids. They would drop the charges, and it'd be over. Well, turns out Shanisha didn't want to put the money in the trust for the kids. She said she'll take the charge and deal with it in court. According to reports, she blew off interviews for job interviews that the local pastors and other organizations were giving her because people wanted to give her a job when they heard the story. And the kicker was she took a certain amount of the money and used it to fund her boyfriend's rap career. She wanted to make a demo. So after hearing all of this and after feeling personally taken advantage of because I went in front of my audience and said, get this money, get his sister some money, help this sister out. Did my best, Tim Black shit. Supporting this sister, I felt taken advantage of. I felt like she used me. So I made a video that was very scathing. I mean, it was brutal. I called her a couple names, told her she was lazy, told her she was setting black people back, told her she was effed up, told her she should give all the money back. And we didn't give her that money for her to go to the club or whatever she did. We didn't give her that money to fund her boyfriend's rap album or rap career. We gave her that money to help her and her kids. I did that. The video went pretty viral. I moved on with life. About a couple weeks later, I got a phone call, an email, and a phone call from CBS Studios. CBS Studios and the people from the Dr. Phil show. And they wanted me to come on the show. They wanted me to come on the show with Shanisha Taylor and a couple other folks to discuss this whole thing. I thought it was a gag, because I had never been on TV. I said, wow, this is amazing. This is a big deal. Sure, I'll go. Sure, I'll come up there and keep it 100. Sure, I'll go up there. I was supposed to be the guy that basically did what I did in the video. That gives it to Shanisha Taylor, tells her how it is, keeps it 100, gives that real talk. So I go to California, and while I'm in California, I'm walking around California. I meet some guys in California. I'm filming this all, filming everything. I talked to some guys, some black guys in California that I met on Sunset Boulevard. I told them the story. And I said, what do you guys think I should do, man? I'm feeling a little weird about this. I feel like they want me to go on TV and destroy the sister, and I don't know if that's the right thing to do. They said, you're right, man. They want to use you to hurt her. By this time, this story was everywhere. Everyone was talking about how horrible she was. And it was like they wanted me to pile on and to be the blunt object used against this woman. And though she was wrong, I felt she was wrong what she did, I didn't think it was right for me to come on TV and to embarrass her. The day of the show, I'm sitting there. It's being recorded. Dr. Phil's up there. And he's pushing me, y'all. He's pushing me to rip Shanisha Taylor a new ass right there in front of everybody as they're recording this. Studio audience, everything. I'm in California for the first time. The only time. I'm in California. Hell, it was my first time on a plane. Free per diem, free room, Sunset Boulevard, everything. On the Dr. Phil show, got on my suit. They gave me makeup. They made sure I looked right. I came out there, and my job was to destroy Shanisha Taylor. And I got Dr. Phil going, come on, Tim. That dog won't hunt, Tim. Come on, Mr. a.k.a. Tim Black. You say the things you said in the video. Come on, Tim. You were mad earlier. Tell her how you really feel. And I was nicer. I said, what you talking about, Shanisha? And I was going to back all the way off, but she said something even worse. That I had to correct her because she said, I was going to get my kids, I was going to put the money up for my kids, but what if my kids don't want to go to college? Who says they're going to want to go to college? They might not want to go to college, so I'm not going to put money up and save money for them. They don't want to go to college. Why should they do that? That's a waste. I was offended by that because what if the kids want to go to trade school? Anywhere they want to go is going to cost money. And I thought it was wrong for her to be on national TV making that statement. I raised my hand because I didn't get a chance to speak that much. There were like 5 people talking at one time. Dr. Phil looked at me, he said, okay, Tim Black, you haven't talked that much. We'll let you have the last word. And I looked in the camera and I said, Shanisha Taylor, I don't agree with you today. I don't agree with what you said. But I want America to know that Shanisha Taylor, though she made bad decisions, she does not represent all black women. That there are black women at home and everywhere across this country who would put that money aside for their kids. They would do what's in the best interest of their kids. Shanisha Taylor does not represent them. And Dr. Phil looked at me. He looked at Shanisha Taylor. He said, I well said, Tim Black. All right, Tim Black, all right. All right. And I went home. And I'm sitting on that plane and I knew that that was my opportunity. And I let it go. I didn't tear into her. And I knew if I would have tore into her, I may have got 2 minutes of fame. Like my 2 minutes of, 30 seconds of fame may have lasted for 5 minutes. At least I would have pissed some people off. And if I would have done that, my name would have circulated. It may have helped change my show and I may have got more opportunities. But I knew I wouldn't have felt good about it because I knew they were going to be using me to destroy this person, this single black mother who made a mistake. But I did feel good about the way I flipped it on them. I got the last say, and I said something that was important, that did not really demean Shanisha Taylor, but it uplifted black women. And I said it on the Dr. Phil show. And when this airs, man, all these sisters are going to see it. They're going to hear about it. all the black community will see and hear, and they're going to have to agree. At least a lot of people will agree with me. And they will feel like that's a champion for the people right there. He didn't just beat up on that black woman on national TV to get some likes or whatever. He used that opportunity to stand up for all black women. I feel like I did the right thing. I feel like a grown-up. I feel like a responsible brother. A month later, that segment came out, and Dr. Phil cut my statement. He cut my statement out. He looked me in the face and said, "You get the last word, Tim Black." And I said that great shit. The whole audience clapped when I said it. People in there clapped. Everyone clapped. Shanisha Taylor looked at me, looked like she had a tear in her eye. I was like, DMX or something. It was good. It was on point. It united us. It defended us. It uplifted us, but it also held us accountable. It's hard to do that. It's hard to thread the needle where you can lift people up, hold them accountable, but still love on them at the same time. And I did all of that on the fly with no script, with nobody helping me. No prompter, no teleprompter, no writers. By my damn self, knowing it would cost me an opportunity because I wasn't doing what they wanted me to do. And they still fucking cut it. And that's America, folks. That's what America does. So this ain't about one thing. It's not just about Tulsa. It's not just about Joe Biden. It's not about just one president or a few presidents. It's about what America runs on. It runs on dunking on black people. Always has, always will. So don't be confused. Don't be mystified. And that's why I hesitate to ever get excited about anything any politician says or does, because I know this system has a way of doing this to people. I'd have been rewarded if I would have shit on her. Dr. Phil was bold. He told me, this is what I want you to do. You need to do this. This is why we brought you here, to destroy her. Because I can't do it, Tim Black. You got to do it. If I do it, Tim Black, they'll say it's racist, but you can call it whatever you want. Get her, boy. And a lot of times people go right and they do it. For all the people who take that route, it ain't just them that's doing it.
Most news shows are suspect. They don't focus on black issues, and when they do, it's all fluff. How does that help your life? How does that help your family? How does that help the culture? They don't. The Tim Black Show is different. Tim Black gives you news for people who can't stand the news. Real, authentic, researched, entertaining, on point. Don't let nobody take your cornbread. Visit www.timblacktv.com today. Get black breaking news, politics, culture from someone you can trust. TimBlackTV.com. Join us today.